Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today guys, I'm going to show you how to make this fake chocolate balls in gold and silver. But before that, I'm going to be showing you how to make any random color you have, and the best colors that will be easier for you to change to maybe gold or silver. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take some white chocolate. It's best for you to use candy melt. In this case, I'm using candy melt. So take some of them and then put it in the microwave to melt. The important thing when you're melting chocolate, I've said this a million times on this channel. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Just click on subscribe and give me a thumbs up underneath this video right now. Please, right now. Thank you. Okay, so what you want to do is put your chocolate in the microwave and make sure you microwave it in 30 seconds interval. That way you don't have to maybe temper the chocolate or anything, and it will be fine. You don't want to just like melt it in like 2 minutes at a stretch, because that way you'll burn your chocolate and it won't be tempered. The reason why you're doing it in bits is that you're also tempering it by the side. Tempering is basically, okay, this is not a chocolate tutorial, sorry guys. In this video I'm going to show you how to make these fake balls. You see them everywhere, and they are so nice, and usually they come in like single colors and they are not that cheap. So, and I'm a cheap person, so I like to make mine myself. So what you want to do is buy small styrofoams. In this case, I already bought them in different sizes. I bought like a 4 cm, 5 cm, 6 cm, and 7 cm in diameter. So you want to buy them, and they are very cheap. I think I bought 10 for about maybe $2, I think so. So what you want to do is take a skewer or maybe a toothpick. In this case, I kind of found it easier to use a skewer. So you want to stick a skewer into it and then stick it into your already melted chocolate, and then just shake off the excess chocolate and then dip it. Keep it in the fridge. The reason why I keep it in the fridge is because it will make it like chill fast. Within like 30 seconds it will already be firm, and you don't have to maybe worry about smearing or anything. Okay, so usually when I do this, I like to do it in plain colors, or I like to start coloring it with primary colors at first. The reason is because when you start with primary colors, in this case of this, I added some red first to make it pink. That way you can also change the color to maybe orange, or all you have to do is add some yellow. You can change it to purple. All you have to do is add some blue. You can change it to pink. You can do almost anything if you start with primary colors. Okay, so if you notice, I'm using toothpick here, and toothpick is not very comfortable, so it's best to use a skewer. And I want you to pay attention. Look at the first one I dipped. It's already firm. You can literally already touch it and it will be fine. So usually when I want to make silver, I like to maybe color it blue or gray. That way you have like a really nice base for your silver colors, because that way it sticks a lot faster. It sticks a lot better when you use dry colors when you're using silver. So for this one, I'm going to make it blue again, and then I'm going to be coloring it silver. Today we're going to be doing blue and silver and gold. So now that you know how to dip your chocolate balls, you want to shake it really well, so that you shake off all the excess white chocolate on it and stuff, and then just keep it on your or keep it inside the fridge while it firms up. So I already did I think I already did 4 or 5 of this. So now if you notice, I'm using the same chocolate, but I'm coloring it different colors as I go. The reason is because I start with primary colors. So if you start with a primary color, you can easily convert that to secondary colors. Primary colors are basically red, blue, and yellow. You can add some other color to give it a different color. That way you don't have so many chocolate that you already colored. I like to do my stuff without spending too much. Okay, so look at this color. This is like a blue or a gray. You can also do blue or gray. That way when you color it silver, it's going to be really nice. So coloring it silver and coloring it gold, we're going to be using different techniques, because the technique we used for silver didn't exactly work for gold. So I had to figure something out, and I'm going to show you guys what I did. Okay, so now that I'm done, this is what we have. See, this one is not very dried yet, but these other ones are already dried. See how firm and see how nice they are. Yes, so if you're going to be using this for cake, you can maybe do different ones and stuff. So right now I'm about to color it some with silver dust. See how, I don't know if you can hear it. I'm not sure the sound is on for this. Okay, so I already took out my silver antique dust. So That's what we're going to be using today. So you want to take a dry brush. You want to make sure your brush is very dry, yeah? And then you also want to like take a plate or maybe like a cake board or something, so because it is very difficult to clean. And then you're going to be dusting all of that silver dust around it. Notice we didn't use anything wet. We're using a dry brush, and we're like dust, like basically just rubbing, polishing it. Yeah, polishing is the word. So take the silver and just polish all around it, like thoroughly. That way you're going to have a really nice sheen, and it's going to be well covered and really nice. See how nice it looks. Yeah, so that's what you want to do. Silver is really easy. Yeah, you can do this like this, or another thing you can do is take some of your silver dust and pour it into a container of sprinkles and dip it into and shake it. But like that's more, that way you're going to be using more. So this is your best option. This is like the best option for you. That way you won't use too many of your antique silver dust. So, and it's important for you to have like a silver dust that is good quality, because if it's not very good, I can't like guarantee what results you get. So you want to buy a really good one. Okay, so now that we are done, see how nice and shiny. And notice we didn't add anything to it. We just, you know, like polished it with the brush. And that's all you have to do for silver. And see how nice and shiny. Okay. Okay, so now it's really nice, and see how like it's already firm. This is the reason why you have to melt your chocolate in beads, because that way like it's almost like you're tempering it. So when you use the chocolate, it's going to be firm and like really hard, and like be sounding, you know, and stuff. I don't know what that is, forgive me. Okay, so now we are going to do gold, and we're going to be using the same technique we used for silver, but I noticed it wasn't working. So see, I'm adding as much as I can, but it just was not working, and I was using a different brush, so it wasn't like maybe it was fetching some of the silver that I used before. Okay, so I decided, okay, maybe the gold dust is the problem, because this one I'm using is like rose gold-ish. It has like a little red undertone, so I decided to use this one with a yellow undertone. That maybe I should change the one I'm using and see how it turned out. It still wasn't as good, and I tried, like it wasn't good. Okay, so I decided, okay, let's make it wet. So we're going to take some and transfer it to a container, and then add some vodka to it. And then I spilled my gold dust. See guys, like edible gold, I think I bought this tiny container for about $22. That's how expensive it is. It is expensive. At this point I felt like I spilled my own blood. If you're a cake decorator and you've ever spilled your edible gold dust, you understand the feeling. Like, God, I was like, God, what is this? Because I'm trying to shoot a video. What is this that I'm doing? Anyways, the good thing was it didn't spill on the floor. It spilled on the table, and the table was clean, so I could pack it back. So I took like as you know, those transparent boxes. I cut some of it, like I cut one of it, so I can really pack it well. Like I had to waste one of my boxes. That's how expensive this gold dust is. Yeah. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is add some vodka to your gold dust so you can form a paste. And you want the paste to be thick. You don't want it to be too thin. And then we are going to stir it. You want to stir it until there are no lumps. Yeah, I didn't really measure this. I just made it thick enough. And then you want to paint. And see how nicely coated this is. See how nicely covered. The only trick to this is that you have to wait for it to dry. And the fact that you're using vodka will make it dry really fast. So the fact that you're using vodka, in like maybe 2-3 minutes, it will be dry, because you know vodka kind of evaporates and stuff. So see how nice, yeah, and well coated. And you can't see streaks on it and anything, but it's not as neat as the silver, but you know, it just gets the work done. Okay, so we're going to be painting the second one, and then you will see. You want to, I kind of noticed the first one wasn't thick enough, so I added a little bit more, and see how nice, see how shiny. Yes, so this is what you want to do for gold. So for gold, you can't just polish it with, you know, dry dust. You have to, you know, add some vodka to it. Or if you don't have vodka, you can use lemon extract. That works as well. The reason is because to give it more pigments and like make it look a lot nicer and make your life a lot easier. So I was going to use it on this cake. This cake was kind of supposed to go like this, but I kind of felt like it wasn't fine enough. Like I wasn't satisfied. I have this thing I do where like when I decorate a cake, even though that's what the customer wants, I might not be satisfied, so I'll add some things to it or take away from it, you know, I'm the cake decorator. So usually I tell my customers in advance that you might not get exactly what you ordered, because you know it depends on me and stuff. Anyway, so I decided to add my gold balls to this and see how nice they came out. The reason why I wasn't touching it because it wasn't dry. I didn't have the patience. This was like a last minute thing for me. So thank you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up. Thank you guys, and I will see you next time.